This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
Cheers, Grace Helbig, once again.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
You guys, we tried doing this a few minutes ago and my internet immediately froze.
It's okay. She tried doing it in the back house Well, don't want to finish that sentence like we always do.
In the back house? Oh, yeah. Nice.
And the Wi-Fi's just not as strong there.
No, but okay, let's get back to what I was saying originally.
Yes.
You're drinking just straight up flat tap water with no ice. What's going on? Where's your mental state?
Well, okay. I've had a morning.
Wait, hold on. Mercury's in retrograde and everyone has had a morning and I cannot wait to hear yours.
Well, okay. Yeah, that makes so much. I'm so happy, honestly, to hear that Mercury's in retrograde.
I'm pretty sure it still is. Yeah.
I feel like it constantly is. I blame it. That's its forever state. If it's out of retrograde, we're all fucked.
Right.
But yeah, last night I've been trying to be pretty chill and stay like off of the internet and like give myself like real actual time away from it with no pressure to look at it. It's been very refreshing the last couple of days. So last night we're just relaxing. Had some Indian food for dinner and then got a little high, watched some TV and then went to bed. And then in the middle of the night, I wake up out of my sleep and my stomach is going nuts. I think the Indian food did something. So I run out of bed. Like it's one of those, I was like dead asleep, took a melatonin, like I was ready to get, I was going to get 12 hours if I wanted to. And ran to the bathroom, stomach exploded a little bit. And then...
Did you have time to run the faucet before you started exploding so Elliot wouldn't hear?
No, I wanted to get right back to bed. But then I stood up so quickly that I passed out and fell shoulder first onto my tub and had to go to the emergency care this morning to get my shoulder checked out to make sure it wasn't broken.
Oh my God, there is a lot to unpack here.
Well, look, see, nothing is broken, but I don't know if you can see in the video. Where is this? Where is this side? That this side here is fully swollen and this side is totally normal.
Yeah, your left side looks like you've been doing whatever the muscle is that makes you look like a cobra.
This versus this. Yeah, this side is truly fucked up. Hold
on. I need you to walk me through this again. You got up so fast from bed that you passed out, or you got up so fast from the toilet?
I think it's a combination of the two. I know. It's the most embarrassing thing. I had to like cancel a work thing this morning and tell them that I like fell in the bathroom in the middle of the night. And so I have to go to emergency care this morning. But I think I got out of bed so fast because I was like, what's going on? This thing is happening in my stomach.
It's rumbling. It's coming. Yeah. When you hear a thunderstorm, you get inside.
It's you at the protests, etc. And so I run to the bathroom. It all gets out of me very quickly. So thank God for like waking up. And I think I was just like so in a sleep melatonin-induced state that I just stood up to go back to bed and then just immediately passed out. And then the next thing eyes are open and I'm like laying on my shoulder next to the tub. And I like was in such shock that I just like ran back to the room and told Elliot what happened. And then as I'm telling him, I was like, oh God, my shoulder hurts. Oh, shoot. I hope I didn't do something to it. And so went to sleep and then woke up this morning looking like I'm wearing one giant, football shoulder pad.
Half a Quasimodo.
Yeah. And so
Quasimodo.
Quasi. And, and so, we went to urgent care this morning and it's totally fine. It's just a tendon muscle thing. So I got some pretty cool,
muscle relaxers?
Ibuprofen and some painkillers for sleep that the woman who was the lovely, lovely doctor told me she used to get through her C-section. So
wait, you got C-section drugs?
I got C-section drugs this morning.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Mercury's for real in retrograde.
So Elliot didn't hear the thud, and you don't know how long you were out.
He didn't hear the thud, but the issue, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure it's just a couple seconds because this has happened to me before. I have low blood pressure.
What? Okay.
No, I have low blood pressure that if I stand up too quickly, especially if I've been like laying on the couch forever and I like get up, that I have to kind of like hold a wall for a second because my legs will get really shaky.
Yeah. I see the little the little flutteries.
And only one time before when I was in college did I do it so quickly that I actually like fell over. And so I came back to tell him what had happened. But the other problem was my stomach wasn't done with the Indian food. No. So I had to go back into the bathroom. And so he's like at the door being like, are you okay? Because he's trying to process how
he
like,
just
this
woke
thing.
up and you're like, I just took a shit and then I fainted and I dislocated my shoulder and I got a shit again.
And he's at the door and I'm like, go away. I'm fine for right now. I will be right there as soon as I'm done. And so he drove me to urgent care. But he couldn't come inside, obviously, because of everything.
Right.
And they take
you've been in a hospital, or not hospital, but urgent care.
It was so quick. I was so in and out.
Okay.
They took your temperature before you came in. Everything is like perfectly spread out for everyone. So it was like impossible for me to even like be in arm's length from people. So kudos to Kaiser Permanente for their urgent care out here.
We love you. No, just kidding. I don't even have them.
I know. Well, the thing is, I don't even have that insurance. We just went because it was like the closest one. And then they were like, you don't have this insurance. And I was like, I don't care. Can I please just get this checked out? Because being injured as an adult is stupid. And also
this is the oldest thing I've ever heard happen to you is poop so hard.
Well, I also have like a bladder infection that I'm taking pills for. So there's
Girl,
literally
you are going through it, as you would say.
If someone did like a cribs tour of my house right now, they'd think a 76-year-old woman lives here with very confusing taste.
Guardrails on everything now.
You're
gonna need a guardrail beside your toilet to get up slower.
Honestly, not the worst idea. And Elliot, I guess I'm someone that pops out of bed quickly because he's like, you do get out of bed like too fast. It's like,
really?
Is that a thing to have noticed? But I can see how that is. I'm like 75% legs. So as soon as they get going, I just fling my whole body up like a slingshot.
Also, too, you've been laying down all night.
Yeah.
So like that's the time you should really take your time to get up. And boy, do I.
Good for you. Yeah.
That is crazy town.
Pretty wild.
I do have a couple of questions.
Yes, go for it.
When you passed out, had you yet flushed or had time to like, well, I don't even know if you were wearing clothes because you were at night, but had you had time to flush?
I literally it was all one motion of like flush, pull underwear up, and then back down. Yeah. Okay. So it was like a whole whirlwind. And it's just a whole like having to tell and email people this morning that I have to postpone like a voiceover thing because I hurt my shoulder in the middle of the night is so embarrassing and so stupid.
Well, thanks for not canceling on this.
Oh, no, this I was looking forward to. This was fun.
We are totally synced up, though, because I had tummy troubles last night.
Uh-oh.
To the point where it just like hurt, where, you know, those moments where like, do I need to go get my gallbladder removed right now, or would I go to urgent care and they're like, you're gassy?
Yeah,
bitch.
that's
you're gassy.
That's where I was at with the shoulder thing. I'm like, this is probably nothing, but what if it is like popped out of its socket and I decide to walk around for a week just like that? But no, same thing. That happened to me in New York. Like the first year I lived there, I remember having the worst stomach pains ever and thinking like my appendix was bursting. Yeah. And then turns out it was terrible gas. That's all.
It's like the first time you have heartburn. You're legit like, oh, wow, I'm the youngest person I know to have a heart attack.
Exactly.
It's like, just eat better. Speaking of explosive diarrhea, because that's what we do.
This is our theme now.
A lot of people messaged me on Instagram and like some tweets saying that there's a video by someone named Glam and Gore.
Oh, yeah, that's Mikey. Anthony Padilla's girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So Glam and Gore talking about how like basically the brown note, how at some protests, like cops were using that like sound signal that can make you have to shit. And like, what if that's what happened to me?
Whoa,
right?
Whoa. Defund the police for even more reasons now.
And I don't know if, I mean, granted, I also just eat insanely and drink liquor every night. So I'm not going to like blame my fiesta that was happening in my bowels on that. Yeah. But if that is true, if that is something they do, does it only affect certain people like a dog whistle?
That's what I wonder.
If everyone had to have shit? Because I was the only one swimming upstream, losing my mind.
I have so many questions about the brown note.
I'm very sensitive to sound.
You are very sensitive to sound. And I truly wonder. That is worth researching. That is worth looking into.
Then I also wouldn't tell anyone because I wouldn't want them to use it against me.
Yeah, that because what makes the brown note? Is it just a musical instrument? Can you do it? Is it like a whistle a human can do? That feels like a citizen's arrest.
Like a computer generated noise. I don't think it's like someone with a piccolo is like into like an air horn,
just going for it.
But it really, I was like, yeah, that's true.
That would make sense. I would find that highly probable. I think we should go with that's exactly what happened to you.
That's exactly what happened.
Very excited to have more support for today's episode from Noom. We've talked about Noom before, but we're going to talk about it again. If you're looking to get your fitness or lifestyle back on track, this might be the tool for you. It's a habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. The thing I think is really cool is that it's based in psychology. So they teach you why you do the things you do and empowers you with the tools that you need to break bad habits and replace them with better ones, something we could all use support in all day, every day. It's not a diet. It's a healthy and easy to stick to way of life. No food is good or bad or off limits. They teach you moderation, and this can be used in conjunction with any pre-existing popular diet you might be dabbling with. Like I said, they don't tell you what to do or what not to do. They teach you how to look inside your own mind and make better decisions for yourself. They have one of the biggest and most accurate food databases available that helps you track meal habits, visualize portion sizes, and see calorie density at a glance. Freudian slip, I guess. We're all human, so if you go off track, there's no shaming. There's just tips that help you get back on track tomorrow. You can talk to your goal specialist. You'll get paired up with a goal specialist. Or you can also talk with the Noom community and give help to people that are going through the same things. One of the things I love about the app itself is that it has one of the most easy to browse and look at recipe catalogs. Like I'm looking at russet oven fries right now, and you can look to see if it fits in your financial budget. You can look to see how much green is in the meal that you want to make, and it's just all at a glance, super, super easy. So I highly recommend. We don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. So sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/weird. What have you got to lose? Visit Noom.com/weird and start your trial today.
Y'all, if we're being totally honest, there has not been that much to smile about lately. But luckily, there's little silver linings and cracks in the darkness that are getting a little better. Like, I've hung out with a couple friends across the yard from each other. Can you imagine? Well, if you see smiling in your future and want to have a nice, straight, megawatt grin, Candid can help. Candid clear aligners are comfortable, removable, and totally invisible, unlike wire braces, so you transform your smile without anyone even noticing. I'm telling you, they can't even see it over video calls. Plus, your treatment is prescribed and monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in teeth movement. In fact, Candid only works with orthodontists, never general dentists like other companies who we shall not name. And with some of those other companies, you may never hear from a doctor as you go through the treatment, and that is ridiculous. Things are moving around in your mouth. You want to talk to somebody. The average Candid treatment is just 6 months, and you'll start seeing results way before then. And costs an average of 50% less than Invisalign. We said it. So if you're ready to take the first step towards getting your dream smile and you can't wait to show it off, get started today from the comfort of your own home, because where else are you going? Candid's risk-free starter kit and $75 off. Go to candidco.com/TMGW and use the code TMGW. That's candidco.com/TMGW with code TMGW for your risk-free starter kit and $75 off. candidco.com/TMGW, code TMGW. Get started. Well, do you want to hear my hell of a morning?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. Okay. So when we get up in the morning, Beanz is ready to go lay out on the deck and like warm up her hot stone of a body, right?
Totally.
So she'll give a little tap tap, and then she'll like do the thing where she's trying to convince you to open the door.
Yeah.
So normally we just I let her out. This morning, Chip let her out. But so what's been happening occasionally, if you don't super close the back gate,
right,
it can pop open because I have like a tree growing into the fence.
Cool.
Like
very cool.
Essentially, it's like another thing my landlord needs to spend a bunch of money on, but like
right,
it's just kind of not yet.
Yeah.
So I guess it had popped open, and like Chip had just let Beanz out, and she was out there hanging for like 15 minutes. And then I go outside and Beanz isn't fucking there.
Oh, God.
And the gate is open, right? Yeah. So I'm losing it. I look in the off. But I'm also the one who's quick to be like, "Where is Beanz?" when she's right behind me.
That is true. You've literally been like, "Oh my God, who's got eyes on Beanz?" And she's exactly where she always is in your house.
Or she's very quiet. So if she just got her nails trimmed, like she is a silent assassin. Like those videos you would see of a cat and then they move the camera away, and when it comes back, the cat is closer. Like Beanz can do that. So I'm immediately sweating and freaking out, but I'm not going to say anything yet because I don't want Chip to be like, she's right there.
Right.
So I'm like, Beanz looking in every corner. I go through the house. I don't see her. I come back out into the yard, and then I notice in the yard is a half-eaten avocado.
A half-eaten avocado? Like,
yes. Like a rotting half of an avocado. And so I'm going, what the fuck animal came into my backyard and took Beanz
and had a little bit of guacamole on the road?
What? Yeah, exactly. Who is this keto motherfucker?
Who is this good fats only rodent that took my dog?
So at this point, I'm like, where's Beanz? Do you see Beanz? And Chip's like, check everywhere. He goes outside into the driveway, right? And I'm like, how long has she been gone? Like, what? I'm losing it. Like, what animal ate my dog and an avocado? And so I'm losing my mind. Like, when you start freaking out so bad that I'm like, did I put her in the freezer? Like, you know what I mean? Like you do when you lose your keys.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she randomly in my crock pot cabinet?
She's in a washer. Oh God, today's the day. Yeah.
So I am losing my fucking mind. And then there's about it's probably only 3 or 4 minutes. But then Chip comes in with her and is like, she was at the front gate. Like she had left my backyard, walked around the side of the house, and was like, how do I get back in here? And then, my front is fenced in. So she was out there. But I mean, Grace, he pulled up Nest footage.
What is it? Is it her just being out on the town, but then scared?
First of all, she's so small from a distance. She is a speck of dust. But she's out there. Chip full on takes out the recycling while she's out there and doesn't see her. She goes around the corner, right?
Wow, she's got no collar.
She's got no collar on, anything. So then we see a mail lady had come up and Beanz walked around my car in the driveway so the mail lady wouldn't see her. Then she left and then she came back and then she's just at the gate, giving a little tap like she does for me to get under the covers. But I tell you, Grace, first of all, still don't know why there's a fucking half an avocado in my backyard.
Okay, so that's just at large.
That's just what's going on.
Okay.
It looked like someone ate it and threw it over my fence.
Well, that's just rude and weird.
That's strange, right? But that few minutes there where I was trying to piece together what animals eat avocados and small dogs.
Yeah.
I tell you.
It's a California coyote is what you got right there.
I know. And so I was so freaking scared, but she's safe. She's on her heating pad.
4 minutes is like an hour. That's she had a full feature-length film of her freedom going on.
Oh, she's shopping that film to Pixar right now.
Yeah.
Beanz' big day. The Great Escape.
You've heard of Ratatouille, but
here we go.
Have you heard of Beanz in the driveway?
I honestly, it was so goddamn scary.
Oh, that's so fun. I mean, now she knows. Well, now she knows. That if she goes out that door.
Now did she get a taste of the outdoors?
Right.
And now I'm like, oh no, is she going to be like, let me go take a little stroll?
Yeah, I know. If I just tap at the front door, I'll get let back in eventually. I think it's so funny that she's going around the car while the male woman's there. That's so
I will put that footage on Patreon if I can. But
Please.
I mean, so tiny. But okay, so that happened. And then yesterday, which also added to this, who's got Beanz?
Okay.
Is I was walking her and this woman in nurse scrubs was taking a walk and was admiring Beanz. So I did the regular tight 35 seconds. I mean, my big thing now is I go, no hair, no teeth, no problems. That's a closer.
That's great. That's great.
That's the end. But I usually, oh yeah, she's all attitude. I do the 30 seconds of cuteness and then I skedaddle. I figure out, am I going faster? Are they going faster? Let's figure it out. This time, I think I was going faster. She was ready to move, you know?
Okay, yeah.
I was like, oh, she's on a mission.
Yep.
So we left, and then all of a sudden, like a phantom, woman's behind me again. She's like, so what kind of dog is that? So now she's just walking with us, which I do not welcome.
Oh, and what is the social cue for you haven't been asked to RSVP to this walk? Like,
Yes.
How do you do that?
She's walking with me and asking a million questions and then just like stopping Beanz to look at her some more. So I'm like, oh no, we got another stage 5 clinker.
Oh
right?
no, you gave her an invitation.
Walks another block with us.
No.
And then I notice she's drinking a paper thing of wine. Like, you know, like boxed water.
Yeah.
She's basically got like that of Pinot Grigio.
Oh, that's great. You can't fault her.
No, she had on nurse scrubs. In my head, I was like, oh, it was 11 a.m. So I was like, she just worked all night, graveyard shift. She's decompressing with a white wine and like touching dogs in the neighborhood.
I mean, either that or she's like a YouTuber and that was a video that she just finished filming. That's some funny parody sketch about hospitals.
So I was like, would that woman be eating an avocado?
Wow.
Come back to my house and get beans.
I mean, depends how much wine she's had by noon to
That's
go,
true.
you know what, I'm going to go put something in my stomach. This avocado's great. Let me get that dog. Wow. Yeah, I feel like everyone is, you can't fault everyone's strange, like harmless behavior because I feel like everyone is truly losing their minds and like unraveling and like neuroses are just like being projected on these scale. Like we came back from Florida and we flew back on the 4th of July and we were so hungover and tired because we had like spent the night just playing a board game with his parents before we left. And I was getting onto our first flight, one of those, you know, hungover, amazing. You go, it's incredible that I got to this airport and we're like on time and everything's good and it's so easy.
And then also the like, and now I'm in a metal bird in the sky and don't get too into your head and
bit of panic. Yeah. And then just this woman in front of me that was in first class, we weren't, and she was just like getting her bag into the overhead compartment, but she had a life-size baby Yoda that was tucked in her bag, but like falling out of the top of it. Like
life size?
Like life size to what baby Yoda would.
Baby Yoda. I was thinking Granddaddy Yoda. And I was like, she stole that.
But this is probably like 3 beans put together.
Wow.
And it was just like flopping out of her bag as she's trying to put it in the overhead compartment. I was just standing there being like, here we go. Oh my God, this is going to be quite an adventure. It was so beautiful to see, just shoving it in there, a full grown adult woman. I didn't see her have any kids or anything near her. I was like, this is great.
Don't they have baby Yodas now that like move and talk, like they have like Furby capabilities? Am I making this up because I want to own that?
I mean, I'd be shocked if they didn't have that. I feel like that is the most marketable little creature of the decade.
Like, remember back in the day, I hated this, is like robo-dogs.
Yes, the ones that would just like do backflips.
Well, no, there's the ones at the mall that are like furry and cute and like run, sit, backflip, run. But these were the ones that were like metal and they sold they were like $1,000, maybe more, because they could learn things. But why wouldn't they put fur on them? I don't want a robo dog. I still want a snuggle. I don't care if it's fake.
I know. And now they have all those like, oh gosh, I forget what country's doing it, but they have the robot dogs that they test out in the parks and like the robot cheetahs. And they look, they're so scary. Look, I don't know. I can't pinpoint like exactly what about the design is so scary, but the way that they move reminds me of those videos of like giant snakes opening doors like with their bodies. Have you seen those?
What? Why are you watching this? You're scared of snakes.
This is why I'm taking a break from the internet.
Wow.
No, they're pretty nuts. But do you also remember, what was it called? It was this cat toy that had kittens and you didn't know
Kitty surprise.
Litter surprise.
Or litter surprise. Yes, I got that. Okay. For you guys listening who don't know what we're talking about, there was a moment in the 90s where there was a stuffed animal dog or cat
Yes.
that you got as a toy, but you didn't know it had a Velcro stomach, and you didn't know when you got it how many kitties or puppies were going to be inside.
And you hoped
C-section. It was a C-section.
C-section. You basically popped it open like a change purse, and then you counted all the kitties or the puppies that you had. And I just remember thinking like, I want so many kittens and so many puppies. And then if you didn't get like the max amount, you're like, this toy is worthless.
Oh my God. My neighbor, Lauren, who was like my best friend when I was little, she got like 5 kittens and I got 2. And I was like, this is, life.
Technically it's teaching children to gamble, but
she's over there. It's the fucking Duggars. I'm over here just like, well, I guess I have twins. I never wanted twins. They're creepy.
They're going to conspire against me.
I totally remember that toy. And I also,
so strange.
It's just kind of fucked up. Like, I bet now that I know how awful people are, now that I'm an adult, I bet the Karens of the 90s were going to Toys R Us and being like, give me my money back. My kid only got 2 kittens.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now, I mean...
know?
Yeah, and thank God, I guess we didn't have phones to see all of that happen across the world. But yeah.
Exactly.
Because those are such nuts toys.
Speaking of little cats, etc., did you see Carol Baskin is on Cameo?
No, but I believe it. Aren't there a bunch of the people from Tiger King on Cameo?
Not the king, though, because he's still in jail.
Right.
But Carol Baskin is on, and she's like opening every cameo with like, hey, cool kitten.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Hey, cool cats and kittens.
It's crazy.
Wow. I mean,
I wanted to get you one, but there's a wait list.
I bet she's highly priced, too, which is...
I don't know.
So weird.
I saw the highest price cameo is... What's that boxer's name? Floyd Mayweather?
Sure. That's a boxer, I think.
Sounds like one.
Yeah.
Is a boxer. His is like $1,000.
Oh, dang. I mean, but this is crazy. We're talking about these toys from the 90s. Can you imagine being told in the 90s that in the future there's going to be this? You can, instead of buying this toy for your child, you can buy a message from a stranger for your child.
And it's going to be sent to your phone.
Yeah. Oh,
because how would you even get it? It'd be mailed to you like a tape. Right. Because we didn't have the internet. If I could have had Jonathan Taylor Thomas wish me like a happy birthday, I would be like, I don't need anything for the rest of the year.
I would, I don't know what I would like. I don't know what my goals would be after that.
Who would be your top 3 cameos when you were a kid?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas was probably one of them.
Oh wow, okay.
But like if we're talking about like crush cameos, I think I probably would have wanted like Dominique Moceanu or Shannon Miller when I was younger.
Wow.
Because I was really into gymnastics and I thought they were so cool and, watched them win the 96 games. And so anyone from that whole squad, I think I would have gone nuts over. How about you?
I just thought about Dominique Moceanu earlier today because Charlie Daniels died. Who I think was like, don't quote me on this, like a terrible person, but who sang Devil Went Down to Georgia. And that was her routine, man.
Oh, I remember Tim and I watched the like rock and roll gymnastics show where they do the routines, but they wear costumes and they have props. And she had like a full little side table prop with like a phone that she used. And I was like, she's so cool. Look at her.
Wow. I know. Are gymnastics as exciting? I just don't watch them because that was like the cool, like I'm talking like before them, like Shannon Miller. Yeah. Do you remember her?
Yeah, that's who I said I would want. Shannon Miller or Dominique Moceanu.
Miller.
Yeah,
okay.
They have a lot of dismantling of their whole system to do. I just watched.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched, just a side note for a great documentary and also like heartbreaking but incredibly well done documentary. Athlete A just came out on Netflix and I watched it and it's great and wild. So check that out. But yeah, there's a lot of dismantling and rebuilding that whole industry should do because their athletes are really wonderful and deserve a lot better.
Totally. Well, I think I would for sure do Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes.
There's a minute there that I would do Devon Sawa. But am I going to just do all crushes? I might actually do like a Topanga from Boy Meets World because like I thought she was so fucking cool.
And she'd have the craziest cameos. You know that she would, especially if she was in character.
That's what I need.
Now that I'm thinking of it, she had a little Miranda Sings to her character on
Topanga?
A little bit, but
Is It's weird now that we live in LA that I never realized Topanga Canyon. Like, she was like the hippie character, and Topanga Canyon is the hippie area of LA.
You're seeing with all, you get from a writer's point of view, you're like, I see all these Easter eggs now.
Totally.
I believe that it's very cool to have some clean options in the things that you put in your body and on your body, and supporting companies who make innovative products that break the norm and help you clean up your daily routine. That's why it's wonderful that we have support for today's episode from Native. Native deodorant doesn't just block odor better, it's made better. It's made from ingredients that you've actually heard of, like coconut oil, shea butter, tapioca starch. It's also vegan and never tested on animals. It's aluminum free. They don't have to use ingredients like aluminum, parabens, sulfates, or talc. But if you switch to an aluminum-free deodorant, sometimes you think that you have to sacrifice on odor protection, and that's not the case with Native. They keep you smelling fresh all day long. They have over 10 scents, including rotating seasonal scents, so there's something for everyone. Some of their most classic and popular scents are, and this one is my favorite, coconut and vanilla, lavender and rose, cucumber and mint, and citrus and herbal. Honestly, they're all great because anything that smells different than my actual body odor is wonderful. So I'll take all of them, but I'm a big fan of the coconut and vanilla. And Native, if you guys are interested, is risk-free to try. Every product comes with free shipping within the US, plus a free 30-day return and exchange. If you don't believe me, you can see why so many people love Native and check out their over 14,000 5-star reviews online. I mean, it's no coincidence that they happen to be a great company, and you guys know that the only thing we kind of know about is deodorants, so I have so many of Native deodorants in travel sizes, regular sizes, and everything just kind of floating around my house and in bags. I hope that I can help you guys make the switch to Native today. You can go to nativedeo.com/TMGW20 or use promo code TMGW20 at checkout and get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/TMGW20 or use promo code TMGW20 at checkout for 20% off your first order.
Oh, well, I was going to say, speaking of weird names.
Yeah.
Look at these fucking segues I got. Killing it. Usain Bolt had a kid and named the kid Olympia Lightning Bolt.
I think that's good.
I think that it's
I'm still
a lot to live up to.
Right. No, that's what I felt the same way. That I was like, this is an absolutely beautiful name. And it's also a little bit kitschy. And would I, as an adult, like embrace the kitschiness of this name, or would I feel like you did me dirty, Dad? Like this is like a pun as a name, or
right.
Or would it be really, really cool? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how many celebrity kids are going to grow up and change their name.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I looked up like literally stupid celebrity baby names.
Yes,
and like one at the top is. Do you remember the chick from 40 Days, 40 Nights, and like A Knight's Tale?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you remember 40 Days, 40 Nights?
No, I remember A Knight's Tale.
She was a love in The Knight's Tale. She was like the hot chick of the late 90s, Shannon Sussman.
Yes.
And then she kind of disappeared. Well, her and her husband's name, kid's name is Audio Science Clayton.
That's not real.
Audio Science Clayton. I think because she like used to be a DJ.
Okay. And are they a scientist? Is there science in their family?
I think it's just the science of audio. They were DJs. And then Penn Jillette from like Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
His daughter's name is Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
Really?
You can't put the job you want your kid to have as their middle name.
I know.
You know, like let them choose their course.
You know, someone with a name like that is going to end up like working at a Walmart, and they're going to be the coolest person there. But that's a lot of name to live up to. You're already putting so much pressure on your child to be interesting.
I totally agree. Crime fighter?
You got to go by CF. I go Moxie CF, which just sounds like a wrestler, I guess.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But there's a lot of them. The Mellencamps, John Mellencamp, his kid's name is Speck Wild Horse Mellencamp. Speck is like a a little piece of dust.
Yeah. Or a script that you want someone to take a look at. But yeah,
Very
that's Speck, and that's a name that you can't even give a nickname to.
Right. It's as small as it gets.
I was trying to look up what are the most popular baby names of 2020 so far.
Oh God, I bet they're terrible.
I did hear that someone has named their child Corona.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is. The number one baby name for a girl this year so far is Luna.
Because of what's her face? John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's little girl is Luna, and she's so cute, and so she's like always like Luna.
And then the number one baby boy name is Milo. Do they have a Milo too? Also, I didn't realize that you could be that influential that when you name your child something, other people name their children that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's pretty
Milo.
wild.
Did you watch Milo and Otis when you were little?
Is that the animal movie?
Yeah, it's a pug and something else, and they go out into the wilderness. They have an adventure. They have what Beanz had this morning, but longer. That was her Milo and Otis moment. But during it, I remember, I don't know which one's Milo. I don't know which one's Otis. One of them has puppies. Full on puppy surprise in the movie. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's all voiceover and then they're shot. But I remember as a kid, that's the first time I saw like something being born and like how puppies are like covered in grossness.
Yeah.
And like the dog like eats that off of them. And I remember being in a theater watching Milo and Otis and being like, this is my favorite movie. I love it. We're going to have to get it on VHS. And that happened. And I was like, gross.
I want my money
nature
back.
is disgusting. I fucking hate pugs.
I'm never having children. No way.
Milo and Otis really brought home some reality to me.
Yeah, that really shaped you as a human.
It was gnarly.
Oh, but I always wonder, because those movies that are all shot where they do the voiceover after, how wild it must be on set all day just to get all you're shooting are scenes of animals moving or looking in different directions all day long. It's truly.
I've never thought about.
You're spending like 4 weeks just shooting animals walking up to a tree, or like one of them crosses a river, I think.
Like there's so many people on set whose sole job is to hold up a tree.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, how do you do craft services for it? Like it blows.
Do they have trailers?
They have to. They are the stars. Do they have backup? Like, do they have their like body doubles?
Have headshots?
They have to. They must.
I'm so like intrigued too to see like the cinematographer of, let's say, Milo and Otis or Homeward Bound. Like, did they have a career before that? And then they were like, now I'm here, literally just doing a crash zoom into a pug's face.
Yeah. How can we get
like
this
Air
pug?
Bud?
Right. Can we get this pug to look more worried right now? Like, how do you direct animals?
Yeah. Are there like acting coaches for animals? I know you learn. I know you can learn, like move here, go here, sit, all that. But looking concerned,
I mean,
you'd have to show them something concerning.
So concerning. You gotta, nail that audition. Truly,
my God,
we started watching. I've never seen Lost before.
Yeah, me neither.
We started watching it last night. Wow, they are lost big time. They are not where they are supposed to be.
No.
But because Elliot wanted to see if the pilot like stood up after all these years, because I think it came out in like 2004 or something crazy. And they have a dog in the show, and it's like the dog has been missing from one of the people, spoiler alert, that gets crashed on this island.
Soon.
I know, sorry y'all. I'm really into it though. We're like 4 episodes in. I'm super into it. But like the 3rd episode, the dog finally comes back to like the kid and his dad that had lost him. And it's so funny when you know that there are like trainers on set, because the dog runs back to the boy but just like sits perfectly and looks straight out into the ocean while the boy's hugging him, because he's looking clearly at his trainer off camera.
I mean, dog actors are incredible. But I wonder, like, obviously there's people who train dogs to be on camera as their profession.
Right.
However, is there the flip coin of it where there's, you know, a woman in Arkansas who has a dog and is like, you are so cute, we're going to Hollywood.
Oh,
you know, like children actors.
Yeah, there's gotta be like a Brad Pitt dog of Hollywood running around, and then there's gotta be the people that move their pets here to chase their dreams. Like,
well, because I know when we were first coming out to LA, you were staying in an apartment complex called the Oakwood, which is notorious for like furnished apartments that people rent out to families who are just coming to LA for a couple months with their kids to like try to get famous. But is there that kind of complex for pets who are trying to get famous? Because I need to go.
Yep. Sounds like there should be. Sounds like you could really run this. You could be the trainer, like the acting coach, and also that you have housing for all the pets.
Oh my God. Did I tell you about it? When I was promoting my last book, I went to New York for the release of it. And then I was going to do like Good Morning New York or whatever, fill in the blank that type of show is. And I get there and I'm like, I don't remember who was before. Oh, Juliette Lewis was on before me, which was cool to see her like do her Juliette Lewis thing and be like
totally
a cool, like Mick Jagger body leaving. Yeah. And then we're getting ready to go. And I'm like, oh, who else is on? And in comes a Pekingese dog, which, as you know, is like you don't even see their face or their legs. It's just it's a wig on a Roomba. So it comes, it's like the Rachel on a Roomba. It comes in and it had just won, I think, like Westminster the day before, or like a big dog show.
So it's coming in with an ego.
So anyway, so this Pekingese, I try to engage. The owner is like not having it. Like, you know, like I can't like put a finger near this little Pekingese little nose that's like you don't even see. She's just sitting on a chair and she's brushing it out. So now it's just like a fanned out. I mean, you can't see. It would not be a dog. You'd be like, I don't know what that is, right?
No, it looks like I just threw my extensions in a pile on the floor.
Yes, exactly. So then I do my interview. It's all fine. They, of course, don't say my name correctly.
Right.
And as I'm leaving, because, you know, they're just pumping these out. They do this every single day. They don't know who's on next until they are reading the cue card. And I was like, good luck with the next guest. She's a real bitch. And I made that joke. And they were appalled.
No, not
and
here.
I was like, no, it's because, and they were like whisked me off so they could set up for the next shot. I was like, these hosts think I just called the next guest a bitch with no context that it's a Pekingese dog.
Oh, I love it. I mean, they're on such autopilot, but it's so great. That's a similar experience. Also, book tour stuff was doing one of those morning show things, and they like bring you to the back and they're like doing your hair with their hair and makeup team, like in the back. And, literally the back just had like some kids in it, and then I get my hair and makeup like touched up for I don't know, like 15 minutes, and then they come get me, and as I'm coming back out of the makeup room, the other waiting room is just full of children all dressed up and then bunnies everywhere. And I was like, what is happening? Like, it's our Easter episode. Like, everyone that worked there was so over it. So they're doing like a kids fashion show with like bunnies as just props, and so there were just cages of live bunnies that the kid actors were just like petting furiously. I was
so weird.
So wild. So wild.
Like there's a Cadbury egg audition in the next building.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to try to get on some forums and see if dogs just submit audition tapes.
Right.
Or if they physically go in, because I'm going to need to like go in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll audition Beanz for something.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it, but I feel like people should be calling you about Beanz. They've seen what she can do.
Okay, I'm snapping into the mic. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely put that footage on Patreon.
Oh, I love it.
She wasn't even wearing like a Hawaiian shirt or anything. She was butt ass naked.
Jeez.
No collar nor nothing. Like, because if you walked by and you were like, oh, there's a tiny dog wearing a Hawaiian shirt, you'd be like, I bet this dog belongs there.
This dog has something to do.
You'd be like, that thing's been on the streets for years.
Yeah, that you'd scoop that thing up immediately and be like, tell me your tales.
Oh my God.
So sweet.
I'm tired.
Me too. Well,
I stayed up till 4 with this stomach. I didn't shit and then pass out and go to urgent care.
Yeah,
but still an eventful day.
Yeah. It's a great way to start a Tuesday morning. Just like getting diarrhea out of your body so fast that you pass out onto your tub and then you have to go to urgent care.
A dream. We are of a certain age that truly clears it up right there.
I did want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
I saw whoever runs the New Jersey Twitter handle is doing a remarkable job. They just tweeted mask it or casket.
Nice.
I was like, that's wonderful. And a perfect segue to let people know that we've worked on some masks with Hannah Hart, but also Hannah, the designer that we've worked with before, has designed these masks that are available at Represent.
Yes, they say silence equals violence, and 100% of the proceeds go to Black Lives Matter. Every damn cent. So check those out.
And they're very, very comfortable. I finally got mine coming back from Florida, and they're wonderful.
They're bigger. I feel like some of my masks, I'm like, it's right at the edge of like my lip and the top of my nose. It's like 100. A little bikini. This is a full coverage one piece.
Yes, this is like a tankini.
yeah. Gross.
Yeah,
gross. Oh man. Okay. Well, I think this got weird.
I do too.